This show is brought to you by HostBaby.com, web hosting for musicians.
On episode 38 of Music Marketing Monday, we tackle another question from a listener. This one is about branding, or more specifically, rebranding. How do you handle marketing when you switch your identity after years of being known for something specific? You switch gears. What do you do? Well, that's what we're going to explore on this episode. So hang on. Here we go.
Information, inspiration, motivation for the modern musicpreneur.
Time to start your week right.
Here it comes. Music Marketing Monday with your host, Bob Baker,
Mr. Buzz Factor,
and Billy Gryzak.
The Music Marketing Mind.
Ready? Are you sure?
Set.
Here it comes. Swing, baby.
And here we go. Da, 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 da. All right, partners, get those cattle in here. Get that branding iron. We're doing an episode on branding today, so we gotta get that fire really hot. Yeah. Oh, anyway.
Yeehaw!
Yeah. Anyway, hey, my name is Billy Gryzak, and I am the Music Marketing Mind. And over there, stoking the fire is...
Hang on a second. I want to make sure I don't get any embers on my on my cowboy hat. This is Bob Baker. Is this supposed to be cows? Bob Baker, Mr. Buzz Factor, also known as Mr. Outdoorsman today.
I'm not going outside. It's 13 degrees here in Wisconsin, man.
Hey, it's probably up in the 20s here in St. Louis. So
Are you wearing your shorts today?
Exactly. Yes, I am. Bermudas. No, actually, I'm wearing my burlap. I'm wearing my chaps. Is that what they call those things that cowboys used to wear?
I don't know, man. I'm going to have to look at some Village People videos and check it out.
I know, exactly. So here we are, back again, Music Marketing Monday, and another listener question. Are you excited?
I am so excited, Bob.
Could tell.
No, actually, I really am excited because today we had one of our longtime listeners, followers, clients, friends. You know, she runs the gamut of things. Her name's Ellen Allard. And I've known Ellen, believe it or not, for almost a decade now. She was with a duo with another person. I think she might have been married to him, but that's besides the point. Anyway, they did children's music and Jewish music. I don't know what the term is for, if that's politically correct to say Jewish music, but so they did that, and after years and years they broke up, and she's now pursuing her own music and other career, and it's really great that she reached out with an audio question. Shall we listen to it?
Let's listen to it, and then we'll talk about it on the other side.
Hi, Mr. Billy and Bob Baker. This is Ellen Allard from ellenallard.com. I am wondering if you can give me your 3 best tips for rebranding yourself after you've been part of a duo for many, many years and now you're a solo performer and educator as well.
That's a great, succinct question, Ellen, and we'd like to thank her and all of the peeps that have been using our SpeakPipe feature to ask us a question. And yeah, anyone can do that, actually. You leave us a digital audio message that we can incorporate into the show, just like we did. And I know mine is at SpeakPipe. It's SpeakPipe, PIPE.com/Mr. Buzz Factor.
And mine,
unlike yours, my Mr. is MR, and I know you like to spell yours out.
Right, but in this case, though, mine is /Music Marketing Mind.
Okay, so you leave messages at either one using your phone, using your, a mic attached to your computer. So this is a great question, and actually, this one has come up a lot over the years. And in Ellen's case, yeah, she had this long-standing run of creating music, children's music, with her former husband, and they did really well. And as I understand it, there's not like any kind of bad blood or he's like trying to stop her from doing it. It's just that they've parted ways, and now she's kind of a solo act, and also has an additional brand as the gluten-free diva. She's really gotten into the health thing, particularly the gluten-free aspect of nutrition, and that's another sort of brand that she's actually had a lot of success with. People are really attracted to that because it's very hot, I guess. No.
Actually, I'm gonna reach out to Ellen right now and say, if you have some thoughts for our show for next week we're going to be tackling staying healthy in this crazy world of the music business, and Ellen, if you have some thoughts on best practices for musicians and people on tour or whatever to stay healthy, please send us another speak pipe because we know we have that's going to be our topic of next week from another listener.
Right. It'll also be about how to prioritize all your activities too. I think it was kind of combined with that, just how to be healthy mentally, physically, and all that good stuff. So anyway, I don't know. Do you, who should go first here? I have some thoughts on this.
I'm going to let you go first. Now, she asked specifically for our top 3, but knowing us, we
like to underpromise and overdeliver.
Yeah, so this, and earlier I said to Bob, everybody when we started the show, I said, this is a simple one. This will be a short show.
45 minutes.
Anyway,
yeah. So I like this because people ask this question for all sorts of reasons. We kind of spelled out what Ellen's situation is, but it could be somebody starting a brand new band, or maybe they're going in a new stylistic direction or something or other. But basically, I think because there's a lot of people that have this notion of like that's the past, this is now. I'm more, I'm not really excited about the stuff I did before. I really want to focus on this new thing, and they almost feel like they have to wipe the slate clean or turn their back on their past successes and start all over marketing this new thing so as not to confuse people. However, I believe, and I've always contended this, and I think I may have even told Ellen this myself, that if you have had success with your previous musical identity, why not use that to get at least a little foundation or to continue that energy in this new direction. And so I often compare it to like I've never taken martial arts or whatever, but I remember there was like this free taekwondo, or no, maybe it was a aikido or something, some sort of martial art thing. And I remember their philosophy was like, if someone comes at you and there's like, there's some forward motion toward you, a lot of people think that to defend yourself, you have to stop this energy, there's actions coming toward you. But actually what you do is you redirect it to your advantage. And so it could be stepping aside and continue, but it's basically as opposed to meeting something with brute force and stopping it, you actually use the energy that the other person is already creating to redirect it in a way that's going to be more advantageous to you. But in a weird way, though, I think that fits with this rebranding thing. If you've already got some energy, some momentum with a previous musical identity, why not take that and shift it into the new direction? Not everyone's going to follow along with you or maybe embrace the new thing that you're doing. It really depends on how radically different it is from your previous thing. In Ellen's case, I don't think she's doing anything musically radically different.
It's not like she's going from like neo-Nazi music to like Christian music. That would be a problem.
Right, or kids' music to exactly, some dark arts thing. And so she's got kids' music. There is a part of it that is, she caters to her Jewish faith, and so she performs at a lot of synagogues and has things specifically for those types of venues, and that's very cool. It's a very smart idea to niche market. And then she's got this gluten-free thing, which I think, again, a lot of people will think, I got to keep these things separate. I don't want to confuse my gluten-free people or my music people. But I think you can make them all aware of the other things. You probably have to have separate mailing lists, separate websites, but it doesn't hurt to make them aware of your other activities and maybe even start writing gluten-free kids' music songs. Like that's something I have a feeling you would probably advocate.
Yeah, I mean, Jed, that's all I need is another challenge, Bob. Yeah, thanks. Yes. Gluten-free, Mr. Billy. Yeah,
the CD,
great.
12 songs. Hurry up.
12 songs in 12 minutes. Yeah, that's right. But no, here's the thing. I just made kind of a joke about, doing neo-Nazi music, switching to Christian music. But actually, that could even be parlayed into embracing your past and using it to move forward. Because one of the things, like, say, for instance, in a radical shift like that is, I used to be this person that was full of hate, and now, I've heard the word, and I'm using that to with my talents to move forward. You could even take that and turn that into a move forward, and make it your mission to try to convert people from hate to whatever using your music. I mean, that's how crazy it is when it comes to rebranding. I'm sort of like a pseudo expert on rebranding because I've done it so many times. I mean, this is, in fact, people constantly say to me, one of my greatest strengths is my constant reinvention, which is like even beyond rebranding, I mean, total reinvention. I mean, like, in the, a quick summary of my career, and this, I'll make it as quick as I can, but like, I started playing music in the 70s. I did jazz standards and oldies at the time with my family, and then I went into playing disco music, and then I followed the trends. I went from disco to country to punk for a while, and then I settled into this classic rock thing and alternative college music, and like our hit song in the 90s was Drop Kick the Bitch. Now, how do you go from that to Mr. Billy? You know what I mean? So I've
children's music, yeah.
Right, children's music. So I've been constantly rebranding, and then within children's music, which I've been doing now going on 13 years, is I've rebranded like 3 or 4 times within that, going from what I consider like, little kid music, like Barney-esque, Sesame Street kind of stuff, now to, we call it, classic rock for kids and families. And now it's even transitioned to what we call just family friendly, classic rock and original. So, I'm constantly rebranding all the time. I think, that's something that everyone should do. In fact, if you look at the bands over time that have stood the test of time, and are still making music and are still popular, they're always, rebranding themselves to some degree. Even AC/DC, for instance, which really they've been making the same album for 30 years. I mean, it all sounds pretty much the same, but in 2009, I think it was, they rebranded themselves and hooked up with Marvel Comic Books to do like the Iron Man theme and things like that to, move into a new audience that maybe wasn't familiar with them. So, it's just a matter, like, you don't even really need an earth-shaking situation like losing a partner or change of location or change of music style. You sometimes doing what you've been doing requires a rebranding. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Sounds like you're like the Madonna of Wisconsin rockers.
Actually, you know what I call myself? Madonna's a good one. I never thought about that. But in kids' music, I always call myself the David Bowie of children's music, because I mean that guy, every 2 years, man, he looked different, he sounded different. You know what I'm saying? Right. And if you follow my career, that's pretty much what I've done. In fact, even outside of music, I took a couple of small hiatuses where, like, I would. I had some health issues, and for like a year, I did nothing but marketing. Surprise, surprise, and website design, and the people that I worked with there. And then I moved from that to something else when I got back into music. And my former clients said to me, I can't believe how you could just, change course and rebrand yourself and be successful in everything you do. But I just kind of look at it like it's all me. You know what I mean? It's still me. And now branding to me is communicating your message to the people you want to reach. So, again, Ellen, you don't need, it's not about, having a new band. It's not about going duo to single. You're still you. You've always been you. And what you really need to do now is figure out who it is you want to reach and how best to reach them. And that's what branding really is, in my opinion. Bob?
Yeah, and I think her case, or whoever is switching gears. You share that journey with your audience. You say, "Hey, look, this is what I did. I'm proud of that. If I've known you since those days, thank you for sticking with me. This is what I'm up to now. I'd love you to check it out, and I hope and continue to support me. And hopefully, I'll still create music and have information to impart to you that's beneficial to you. So yeah, I mean, even sort of sharing that struggle with your fans and that the evolution, I think, could be a positive thing, instead of sort of denying it and go, here's who I am now. I don't have a past. I just came out of the chute yesterday. I kind of like that, knowing the background and where somebody came from.
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess the question is, how close to what you used to do are you doing? I mean, is the audience even remotely the same? Will they follow you? In the case of some artists, here's a perfect example. We want to talk about rebranding. Let's talk about a few artists here, and this illustrates it like nobody's business. Miley Cyrus.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, whether you like it or not, there's some serious rebranding going on there. Okay,
right. It shocked a lot of people. Yeah,
yeah, but I mean, like it or not, all the stuff that she did made her, very popular. I'm not advocating, doing what she did necessarily, but what I'm saying is, there's an